an empty storefront along Southeast Foster, has transformed into the coolest quilt shop in town. Chris Marchini is the owner of City Quilts and joins me now to talk about the grand opening. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so what makes your quilt shop so unique?
So I have really strived to keep it fresh, and I wanted to basically be an extension of my sewing room.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of like commercial fixtures. It's just furniture. I want a nice, relaxing vibe. So you feel like you're coming to a friend's space. You're shopping through their stash. You're picking up the notions you need for your next project.
I love that. You're going to be offering some classes and community events. Tell us more about that.
Yes. So when I was looking for a location, a classroom space was #1 on my list. I wanted a classroom that didn't feel like an afterthought in the space. So we have a classroom that's going to be, it's nearly 800 square feet.
Wow.
We'll be able to probably host 20 students at a time, but we will be doing classes like my quilted trucker hat, beginner sewing, beginner quilting, all kinds of really fun stuff.
Yeah, let's talk more about these hats because I've never seen anything like this.
Okay.
And you designed this yourself. You made the pattern and everything.
I did, yep. So it's a pattern I offer. I offer kits with all of the different stabilizers and then teach classes of how to make it from scratch.
And you're also going to be offering long arming, which
Yes.
explain why that is so important to the people who might not be in the know.
Sure. One of the steps of quilting is the final decorative stitching, and you can do it typically on your home machine, but it takes a while. So a long arm is a huge machine. A lot of people can't really have that in their home, so I'm going to have 2 machines set up there. One that you can come and rent time and do it yourself, or you can have me finish your quilt for you.
Yes, I know. It's so, I mean, these machines are huge. They're
Yes.
longer than this table, so not always realistic for people to have in their homes. So that's a great service that you're going to be offering too. Awesome. Okay, what else can people expect when they visit Rose City Quilts?
So like I said, it's just coming in, shopping my own personal stash. I have curated all of the fabrics that are there. I have a wide range of what I like. Modern fabrics, antique fabrics, vintage fabrics, solids, blenders, all of that. And it's just going to be a fun, welcoming environment. And I'm trying very hard not to have it be an overwhelming experience because it's really easy to get overwhelmed in some quilt stores.
Oh, for sure. Because you do design your own patterns and fabrics, right?
I do, yes. So I have several, that's actually my fabric right there. Fabrics that I designed, quilt patterns I designed. I love everything in the quilting realm, so I've got my toes in a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and you have an online presence and you've had that for years. You've been on the show before as part of the Oregon Quilt Show.
Yes.
So what made you take the leap from online to brick and mortar store?
So it's kind of funny. So my husband actually got laid off, and while he was looking for work, had the idea like, what if we just, become our own boss? He has since gotten another job, which is great. But we already started the ball rolling, and we found an amazing space, so I couldn't let that go. So I just took the leap, and now we are opening a quilt store.
Awesome. And how did you get into quilting?
I've been sewing since I was very young, but I've been focused on quilting since 2018. I found before I was doing garments, and with quilting, you don't have to worry about sizes and fittings and everything, like you're making a big square. And I just loved it, and I really fell in love with patchwork, putting different fabrics together, making unique designs, and I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah. What would you tell someone who might want to get into quilting? Because it can be a little overwhelming. I mean, just looking at your beautiful quilts here, it's like, whoa, I could never do that.
Yeah, it can be. Start simple. This is a pattern that I wrote specifically for beginning quilting to learn different techniques. Taking classes helps. Finding other friends that quilt can help. And I always tell people your first quilt is not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And accept that. Accept the flaws in your quilt and you'll be fine. Have fun with it.
Good advice, good advice. Okay, when is the grand opening? Tell people where you're located, all that information.
Sure. So the shop will be at 6406 Southeast Foster Road. Grand opening is Labor Day weekend. We will be celebrating from the 4th through the 6th.
Very exciting. And of course, follow them online too, just for inspo and announcements and all that. Thank you for coming and sharing all this with us, and congratulations on the opening.
Thank you so much.